Unspoken truths. Grappling with a restless mind, rolling and magnetic. Tidal love notes that wave from an unsettling distance. Some primal, some irregular, some specular. Reflected back, and often askew. The autobiographical stories we tell are the mirror images that fail to cast our films as well. To misinterpret the visuals you've captured, a story reconfigured to sell. To tie ropes around the ears of strangers hoping for a stellar review of something that just simply isn't you. Our veins don't spell Hollywood, nor do I believe they should. The sacrality of unaltered truth, a truth that seldom requires proof. Honesty is a shared knowing we express to one another, not through words or even action, but through the glimmers in our eyes that form a paction. What are we waiting for? How do we know when the time is right, when we live in a state of fight or flight? To find the right time is to solve a riddle nonsensically written and rotten down the middle. To leap, but only when the wind blows north. Only when there's more wealth, more health, more food on the shelf, more cards have been dealt. And time watches on, watches us pace back and forth the same holes with the same plans, same walls, same capable hands. Wasted potential, too sentimental. Too enthralled by what life could be, without acknowledging what it is. The blocks don't stack, don't move, don't slide. They remain trapped, like the ideas inside. Why do we wait for our time to fly? By the time we're ready, we're saying goodbye. Clairvoyance. The sentient voyage riddled with possibilities under the watchful eye of time. Urgency places nails gently upon our shoulders, applying just enough pressure to keep us aware. How does one trim the nails of a man-made concept? To release the hands that hold one back. The irony of being frightened into stagnancy. We visualize with vivid eyes a spark that nests within the gaze, shared with all those with likened minds. Pressures of time won't suffocate the flames inside, hence why so many regret not doing more with their lives. I believe that sometimes we live our lives with so much urgency that we end up scaring ourselves into being still because we just want to do everything at once, and we're so scared that we won't fill our entire lives with all of these things. So we just end up not doing anything at all because we're like, oh, where do I start? What do I do next? And you have to know that there is time if you make time. The more you panic about not having time to do everything in your life, the more you'll waste time doing exactly that, being scared, contemplating when you should just jump, make one move. It could be the wrong move. You could be like, okay, let's try this again. But hey, you've crossed something off your list. And that's kind of the theme that I've been dwelling on lately, because I find myself getting a bit burdened by urgency in my life constantly, because there's so many things I want to do in this life. And I have to remind myself every so often that I've got time, so long as I don't freak myself out into not making a step at all. So you just gotta leap sometimes. You just gotta leap, and it's gonna be okay. I wrote another poem about this actually that I want to share in the same document. It's got to be here somewhere. It's in December. I wrote a poem called There's Time. Dispiritedness hung beside stockings, lapping up the warmth from the fireplace. Tasks left unfinished, intentions that fell through, words left unsaid, people we never saw, people we should never see again, places we never got to explore, books we never read, songs we never listened to, jobs we never got, money we didn't make, hobbies we never took up, time we let slip away from us. Is it not enough to simply say, I made it? A little beaten, a little worn, yet still we made it to the chapter's close. And while the feeling of underwhelm seems unshakable, sometimes it's enough to just be. It's enough to continue to exist, knowing you fought. Collect your winnings, fill your stockings with them, hang them proudly. Stop checking your watch. There's time. There's time. There's time. And that's it. I hope that's a gentle reminder to you that even though there's probably a lot of things that you didn't check off your list this year, put it on next year's list and don't overlist your lists. Simple as that. I love you. Ciao.